Everything has its place but us! What is it left to feel what you seek into the depths of love?
You said everything has its price point.
I'm the girl with the gift of lightness! Witness! To her great, she creates and kills all she passes! Fingers fractured like touch! Stay in place, becomes corrupt! Don't you have anything to say for yourself?
That's what it's supposed to do, Nate.
I'm good.
That's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Look how I shouldn't blame myself, regardless of how many years away it is for them to help. A single second of grace. How should I survive my darkest days without you to show me the way? Show me the way, show me. Show me the way, show me the way. Without direction and industry. Go!
It just keeps getting better and better.
I know, man. This is nasty, bro.
I cannot be the one that you need. In this face of failure, instead I'll claim all of the good things that we ever made. And once your voice is gone, you'll just be a face. You'll just be a name.
It's just this mountain that you keep climbing.
Bro. You ain't lying.
Well, if you don't know what good metal is, you just heard it. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Facts.
Welcome to the Great Comrades Podcast, man. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. If you don't, it just has all the structure for good metal. I don't know what else to say. That's really what else I can say. Anyways, welcome back, fellas, ladies, gents, whatever the hell. People who come over here seem to know what gender they are. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You feel me? It's been 2 long weeks without a new Comrades episode dropping on the interwebs. So we've missed you guys. We know you've missed us. You know, it's okay. You don't have to say it. I'm just fucking. I'm sure there's somebody who's missed us out there. For damn sure. Anyway, Corn, say what's up, man.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, we got some shit we're gonna get into tonight, man. But I just want to say a lot has happened just in the world in general. I mean, in the past few days. I mean, I just saw somebody lose their job over being on a conspiracy podcast over 10 years ago. Apparently, apparently Trump and Pence are beefing as well. Look, a lot of shit's happening in the world, and everything's going haywire. But we got some shit for y'all tonight. That's more important than those things. So, yeah, y'all gonna have to, yeah.
But
y'all in for a treat tonight. Y'all in for a treat tonight.
Facts, but drama, Corn. But you know, we love our drama. You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump. I'm not. I do want to say though, before I even get into what I was actually going to say, make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe if you're not. Get the merch. The link's floating below. All that typical YouTuber shit. I'm not even wearing I'm repping Adidas right now, but but Trump and Pence beef, and I do want to say real quick that does not surprise me at all because Pence sold his ass out. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah.
So
sort of an underhanded action.
Yeah,
but it wasn't so as open as it is now, and it's just like, oh,
exactly. I don't know, man. Hey, I'm not surprised. But tonight we're gonna talk about the rise in baby and toddler referrals to speech therapists. We're gonna talk about 22 crucial self-reliance skills you should learn in 2022. And we're going to talk about how the sleepyhead admin, the nap time administration, has records on nearly 1 billion gun sales in America. And we're going to explain to you how that happens. But first, we're going to talk about this speech therapist surge, if you will. All right. Now, y'all know how we got to do it here now nowadays. Country ass internet. I'll share you the screen, show you the article, just so I'm not bullshitting, and then it's just going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the orator. You feel me? 364% surge in baby and toddler referrals thanks to mask wearing, believe it or not. And it may not be the reason for what you think. So, a speech therapist says that mask wearing during the pandemic has caused a 364% increase in patient referrals of babies and toddlers. So, I want to first say I'm not surprised at all. So the speech therapist Jacqueline Thieck told WPBF News that before the pandemic, only 5% of patients were babies and toddlers, but this has soared to 20%. And they're saying that parents are describing their children's speech problems as itis delayed, with face coverings the primary cause of their speaking skills being seriously impaired. It says here, as young as 8 months old, babies start learning how to speak by reading lips, a thankless task if parents and carers smother themselves with masks to comply with mandates. True shit. And we've talked about that probably a year ago when we mentioned that.
Yep.
Basically, damn, my shit already fucking up. Can you see me? Are we back?
Yeah, I see you now. Yeah.
Okay. We said at least a year ago, bro, that this was going to impair the sociability amongst people wearing masks, and look what it's doing now. A fucking year and a half later, here now we have evidence showing that it impairs the speech development of toddlers and babies. So let's listen to what the speech therapist has to say.
Jacqueline Thieck says during this pandemic, her speech therapy clinic has seen an enormous shift in the ages of their patients. Before the pandemic, only 5% of patients were babies and toddlers. Today, it has soared to 20%. Many parents calling it COVID delayed.
We've seen a 364% increase in patient referrals of babies and toddlers from pediatricians and parents.
And they are children that are having a difficult time speaking.
Speech delayed.
Babies start learning how to speak by reading lips as young as 8 months. So what happens when lips and faces are covered up by masks?
I just want to say they're showing like images of kids we're talking like 2 years old, 1 year old with masks on and shit.
Yeah, with fucking mask on.
Yeah.
Well, therapists say for some kids, they can work around the mask and still learn to speak perfectly fine. But for others, it can cause speech delays.
There's no research out there yet to say that this could be causing speech and language delays, but most definitely it's, I'm sure, a factor. It's very important kids do see your face to learn, so they're watching your mouth.
That's orange. Can you say orange?
See, I want to say something about what she said. She said there's no research out there that supports this. Does there need to be? Like, do you think there needs to be research that do we have to study like kids not being able to see a fucking face and read lips? Therefore, they're going to be slower to develop the skills to talk. Like that to me doesn't sound far-fetched at all, considering, again, knowing how humans develop and how humans learn, which is based off of one another. And based off of facial, like the face is the face and the mouth and everything, eyes, mouth, face related. That's where your direct connection is to the other person, spiritually and physically, is looking through the eyes. So like that's why people have a hard time looking through the fucking eyes of the body, because they can't. It's too intense. You know what I'm saying? So while yes, you can still look at the eyes, you don't get the verbal learning to see how to speak, and that's how you can trick babies to learn like multiple languages at a time, like when they're young, because they just watch your mouth and they fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
I do want to jump on the research part or evidence part, right?
Okay.
Because we know
a little
know.
bit.
You say that again?
I just said I'm playing devil's advocate just a little bit there.
Okay. Gotcha. No, because we know that research is going to be what's happening right now. The research is going to be these kids growing up now that are going to have these speech issues, and then they're not going to be able to talk until they're damn near 1.5 probably. If they're delaying their speech.
Well, they're saying babies and toddlers, like so. I guess we're talking anywhere from 8 months to 2 years and up is what they're saying. Well, 8 months to 2 years, I guess you should pretty much be somewhat close to talking by then. But I guess but some kids, they don't talk till, I'm saying they're like 3 sometimes or later. I don't know. I'm not the fucking, I'm not the idea. But I'm pretty sure from what I've heard that it's around that that time.
I've actually been fortunate enough not to have I shouldn't say fortunate, but fortunate for me to not have to known anyone or seen anyone actually like fully grow up. So like actually seeing like someone go from like a baby to a toddler to, you know what I mean? Being around someone consistently like that. I haven't really been around anybody.
See, I have twice
like that. So I don't really know anything of how when babies start talking, and I don't know. But they say around 8 months, though, right? That's what they're saying in the research,
right?
Right?
Is
at 8 months?
Yeah, 8 months.
So, damn, man, yeah. And then now you're delaying it almost to 2 years, bro. We're gonna and I see Mikey touched on something, so I'm gonna wait to say what I'm about.
Yeah,
to say.
I'm gonna get definitely. Shout out to Revex Content. He said, "Good to see you guys back." You already know. See, I told y'all somebody missed us, man. I told you. Shout out to Revex Content. Shout out to the homie Mikey. Says, "Salute Kings. Facts this future generation."
Mikey.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was good, bro. He said, "Facts this future generations will be mentally ill, short to long term, due to the effects of the times we live in. Kids are visual learners; they need to read lips while talking. This is major facts." Major facts. He said the methods to these protocols are sadistic, truly methods to detach human interaction and strip natural immunity. Facts. And it's to strip us of our nature, period, I would argue. Hence metaverse, hence all this other shit. But true shit. Mikey said here, now these are you're born without any issues. So he's basically saying like, what we're saying is just kids who were born without any issues. And now he's saying, now taking in how this affects those already born deaf or hearing impaired, mentally ill, etc. Yeah, bro. Yep.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
No, I wanted to go back to his first comment when he was talking about when he started talking about how the future generations would be mentally ill.
This one here, yeah.
Technically speaking, now because I've looked at this for a while now, because I thought about the exact same thing, Mikey. What they're doing right now, and the way society's changing right now, I don't think they're going to be considered mentally ill though in the future. I think they're going to be considered normal. But we know, obviously, in this day and age, they would still be considered mentally ill to us. But they're starting to change our minds now of what's mentally ill and what's not. They're starting to redefine things. They've already redefined racism. They're going to redefine mentally ill and start pushing these different narratives, i.e., supporting certain things and not supporting certain things under actual medical conditions.
Facts.
Maybe that's a tinfoil hat moment. I don't know, but I've been thinking about that for a while, because I've been watching, obviously, on the entertainment side of things, of how people are really, and they're hitting hammer on people now. It's here. It's no longer coming. Like, people are literally losing their careers over words, over opinions, over thoughts. This is crazy. It's crazy times we live in. And let me tell you something. In future generations, you think that's bad. Now we're talking about actual physical health.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be considered mentally ill because they're not going to want to take responsibility for something like that. That's why.
Facts. And it's not a tinfoil hat moment, by the way, because I have some family members in the medical field, and they've told me that there's some medical journal that's like renowned. It's like the medical journal. I can't remember the abbreviation for it, but in the 3rd edition, it had LMNOP as a mental illness, and in this most recent 4th edition, it is not. And also in the 3rd edition, it had opioid addiction listed as it was some sort of some sort of addiction type.
Mm-hmm.
And they've since listed that a mental illness. So they've listed opioid addiction a mental illness, whereas it used to not be. And now they've unlisted LMNOPism. We're just gonna call it that. Y'all know what the fuck we're talking about, as a mental illness back then, but now it's not. So like it's and so they are quite literally rewriting and redefining what is and what isn't a mental illness, in America at least right now.
Facts.
So yeah, I mean it's not far fetched to think that, hey, one day these people might not be considered mentally ill because you know we all know what they said, right? The new normal. Yep. What have we seen since they said that? Nothing but new norms.
nothing but normal. I mean, not nothing but normal. Everything but normal.
Exactly. Everything but normal. That's major facts. Shout out to Nate. He said they definitely watch everything you do, starting at the point of crawling. That's facts.
Yep.
Shout out to Elise, the resident child care provider. She says 8-month babies really start to mimic sounds and hand movements, and any 2-year-old I know is like a sponge absorbing any audio around them. If a kid isn't speaking by 3, you may be looking at the autism spectrum. That's facts.
Damn, bro.
That's facts. So yeah, you got to be speaking pretty soon, bro. And I do know that it happens in males faster than females. So like males are easier to diagnose with autism than females.
So now you can really kind of think about what these parents parents are panicking. I mean, I'm not saying like it's a super terrible thing to have somebody with autism, but you kind of want to get ahead of that situation, obviously, if you're a parent, and know the proper protocols to, because that you're paying a pretty penny with any kind of medical condition. Somebody that has a permanent medical condition, you're going to be paying a pretty penny for at least 20 years, if not for the rest of your life. So I can see the worry in these. I mean, I'm sure that's the least of their worries. I'm sure that they don't want their kids, obviously to have any worse conditions either. But delaying speech, that is a very, very important thing, because it's one of the first things they learn how to fucking do.
Yeah. And it sets the foundation of the rest of their life.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't it like a certain part of your brain starts functioning after you speak as well?
Probably, yeah.
Like the last. Okay, I don't know.
I
thought I heard that somewhere. So I mean, I could most likely be wrong, but I thought I heard it.
I have no fucking idea, but it sounds good.
I'm dead.
I have no idea. Shit. I don't think I finished the video. Let me play the rest of this real quick. It's just like 30 seconds.
That was a good try.
Brianna Gay is raising 5 children, but it's her youngest who needs therapy.
It definitely makes a difference when the world you're growing up in, you can't interact with people and their face. That's super important to babies. So
we're seeing a lot of things that look just like autism. They're not making
shout out to Elise for saying that, because she said we're seeing a lot of things that look just like autism. Shout out to Elise for that. She dropped game on that.
A lot of things that look just like autism.
There you
They're
go.
not making any word attempts and not communicating at all with their family.
Not making any word attempts and not communicating at all with their family. What in the fuck, dude? And you couple that, well, I even going to even get into that. We wouldn't. This wouldn't even supposed to get into that.
Get into it.
I was going to say you couple that with the fact that the FDA just asked for emergency authorization of the you know what to kids 6 months to 5 years old. So you just add them two together. What we know about both of those now. Hey man.
And then add what we were talking about about 10 minutes ago about the mental illness and the future generations.
Yeah. Combine that. You see,
Because
y'all see where it's going?
Like what Mikey said. He said everything's being thrown at them right now.
Facts.
Everything's being thrown at their generation right now. They're getting they're pretty much the tests, because our generation and the generations older than us, or I guess before us, whatever, however you want to say that, it's going to be one sided. It's going to be, black. It's pretty much black and white. I mean, a little bit, not like literally. You know what I mean? But like in terms of okay, we're kind of standing firm on it. Like we have a foot to stand on a little bit. This generation is not. They don't have any kind of like foot to stand on because they're growing up. They're like the generation before us. What was it? Gen Z, right? Is a generation younger than us, or which one are the ones that are teenagers right now?
I think that's Gen Z. I'm pretty sure.
So they don't really have any kind of they don't have a leg to stand on in terms of what they're going to be able to do once the government pulls out all this bullshit, right? Because they're doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to the point of where you can't speak for yourself, you can't do anything in terms of freedom, you have none, honestly, as a kid, right?
Right.
Under 18, legally under 18, which means the government can still do whatever the fuck they want to do with you.
Right, straight up.
If they want to make you your test dummy, which they are doing now, they're going to do it.
Yep.
So I mean, look, A, I mean B.
So yeah, the generation that we're referring to right now is Generation Alpha. So it goes.
Don't you mean Generation Able?
yeah, Able. Hey, shout out to all the COD players in the building. We're taking Able. Anyways. Anyway. Yeah, so I guess that'd be Generation Z. So we had that right. Gen Z starts in 97 to 2012.
Oof. That's tough.
That's hella tough, bro.
That's tough.
God, dog. Yeah. I mean, that was our. I mean, honestly, when you think about it, that's tough. But that's when we were fucking coming up. For real.
That's crazy, man.
You think about it?
Yeah, it was. But damn, being born in 2012 and being looped into that, or being born in 2010,
being born in 2012 period
right now, and you're the same generation as a 22-year-old.
Well, I mean, but that's the same way as millennials,
yeah.
96, so that's 15 years.
It's a long ass, yeah. The generations go a while.
They do, yeah. Shit, yeah. Baby boomers was almost 20 years. That's 18 years in baby boomer. 46 to 64. Oh shit! Interesting. That's interesting, man. Shout out to Elise. She says, "Do y'all think teaching sign language starting at 6 to 8 months could have benefits to gapping the bridge to delayed speech? My thought is that it allows a space for expression and a gateway for communication." Yeah, I think so. Because if everybody got to wear a fucking sack on their face, and I think that would definitely help, because then if you can, because I guess if you're teaching sign language and they're not deaf, you can use your voice as well as sign the letters or the words or whatever. So I would think that would help. Yeah, I think it could have benefits for sure. I think it would probably. But that's. I don't want to go as far as say we get rid of it completely, but I think that it would definitely help that issue out.
I agree as well. I don't think it would ever be a required thing Though I know that's not what she asked, but I'm just saying, like,
Right.
I just don't think it'll ever be required, though.
No.
Just because of the way verbal communication is already going, not even verbal communication in general, and social communication in general is going. I don't see sign language. I don't want this to sound bad, but I don't see sign language actually benefiting the future in terms of communication. But I do see it in this instance benefiting. But the way I'm looking at it is long term in terms of what they're doing right now with these kids, which is getting them ready to not communicate at all verbally and not communicate. Like, I mean, because they're trying to do everything, this whole, the big picture, the virtual and the putting the chips in people. Like, they're getting that this generation ready for that.
Facts. Yeah, true shit. Shout out to Nate. He says ASL works in younger kids. My friend Nick's daughter used sign language until she could fully speak sentences. Well, there you go. Here's your sign. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, but Nate, without getting personal or anything, is he saying that the daughter's deaf? Was she deaf and then started speaking the full sentences, or was it?
Look, it seems as if she had trouble learning to speak.
Oh, okay.
She used sign language until she could fully speak.
Okay.
She was able to communicate until she could speak, basically. So
I had this boy in the army, and he, I think it was his wife, his wife's family was like rich or some shit, right? Okay. So their brother or her brother had a son, and they taught them ASL just to do it. So like I completely understand where Nate's friend is coming from. Nick is coming from.
Definitely. Shout out to Dole. What's good, bro? He said exposure to any language at the youngest age possible is only beneficial. Yeah, that's a fact. yeah, I can't. Bilingual. That's a fact. Yeah, ain't much else to say about that.
That's how a lot of people are bilingual.
True shit. They learned it when they were young.
Yeah,
true shit. Elise said definitely accompanied with verbal communication as well. I'm looking at it as a tool / resource to help support children in their development and during this mayhem. It's common for parents to teach ASL, American Sign Language, to their babies. It just encourages early, clear communication. It's amazing. LMAO.
So when they're teaching them, you're talking about teaching them the actual, like teaching babies actual sign language, or just trying to teach them like movements.
My thing is, how the fuck they go move their fingers? That's what I'm
saying. That's my question. I'm trying to think to myself, like, I could probably see maybe 2 years old, kids can start to, do all, but if you're trying to teach your baby or, before they start talking, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure.
Maybe movements or actual ASL. Like, is it actual ASL or like just movements? Using ASL.
Nate said movements and actual words.
Huh.
And Elise said basic hand movements, but not like finger spelling. Okay, so yeah, just movements then. Well, shit. I mean, yeah, that works. Shit, we got, yeah. Yeah, shout out to y'all for schooling us. Shit. Good to know. Well, yeah, that sounds like, I mean, shit, did we just find the cure for that right here? Did the comrades just solve another world fucking problem and have fucking 5 people here to listen to it?
I'm going to quit YouTube unless you guys take the comrades off.
They're having too many unbiased conversations about controversial topics. Get them the fuck out of here. Oh shit. Elise said, "Eat milk more, please. Thank you. Water, etc. Basic needs communication." Okay, true shit.
Oh, she's saying like
those are the things
words
teach. Yeah.
Okay.
Basic needs type shit. Okay, bet.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that would help. Dole said, "Not the 5 people." Hey man, I'm telling you, bro. Ever since we got that first channel strike on YouTube, they've been fucking with the views, bro. They really been fucking with the views. I'm keeping it real. The strikes have been going, but it's like it did something to the algorithm, and now we're in this fucking folder. Like fuck these niggas up, and it's like a million YouTube channels in that fuck these niggas up folder, and we in that one. But you know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but who knows? I'm ranting anyway. Yeah, yes, no, thank you are the top ones. Dole said, like those buttons use with their dogs to stay hungry outside, etc. Yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah, y'all dropping all the good examples. That's for damn sure. Yeah, all that shit. Turns out all that should have worked. So for these speech, I'm sure these speech therapists use something like that. I would assume they use something like that to help these kids learn to speak. But if they don't, then we've also found a niche for some folks as well. So
a life hack,
life hack, if you will. Any last final comment on mask wearing directly affecting, not scientifically proven, but affecting causing a surge in baby and toddler referrals to speech therapists? Is there anything that anybody else wants to say about that? What? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah, I was asking if you had any.
I thought you were asking them. I was like,
no, I was asking you.
Oh, dude, I'm good.
We got some spam in the building. Got some spam.
Today, what is that?
It's spam. Just gonna go ahead and hit that block button. We don't need any spam in here. Yeah, no final words. You or anybody else?
Nope.
Cool. Yeah, very interesting shit. Yeah, I think we found a solution for that. I really do. Yeah. Or at least some way to alleviate the side effects of it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Nature, nature always has a workaround, man. Always. There's always, always has a workaround. What we'll go into next is 22 self-reliance skills that you should learn, including us on here on the Comrades. We don't have all these skills either in 2022. Now, this is sort of we're going to use this as sort of like I don't want to say quite a part 2 of our prepper cast, but it's going to be like hey, here's some practical things that you can learn this year that you will probably fucking need the way things are going. Because I feel like now it's more urgent than it was when we did the cast 2 years ago to make sure that you have some preps. Corn, how would you say about that?
I would look, man. That prepper cast, that shit helped me because it got me off my ass. It got me to do some more research about the shit. And this was way before way before the whole shit, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, if y'all go back, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all be shook if y'all go back and listen to that cast.
The shit that we
Yep. And then look at the date, especially the shit Jaren was dropping. You look at the date as well.
Hey.
And look at today's date. Yeah. Niggas drop some knowledge, man. And honestly, I'm glad we're doing this again. So I'm ready.
Yeah, and again, this isn't. I'm not telling you guys what to fucking like. I'm not giving you a bunch of shit to go buy. I'm just saying we're just basically giving ideas on ways that you can be self-reliant, or things that you can learn to be more self-reliant this year that will definitely help you out probably this year. Hopefully, I mean, you never know, but There's always things on, there's always basically these are priceless skills to have, basically. So we'll get into it. So basically, it starts out by saying, the past few years have been a wake up call for Americans everywhere. I would argue just people worldwide. We know what we've been talking about on here, Corn. We've been talking about, we had the gas since the prepper episode. Let's just list a few things that we've had. We've had rising inflation, crazy inflation. We've had a quote unquote gas shortage. We've had quote unquote cyber attacks. We've had blackouts. We've had natural disasters like that have killed a lot of fucking people and have left millions and millions of people without power, without water, food, etc. Since the prepper episode, mind you. Now, I'm saying that to say that this is going to be more of a continuation of saying, okay, now that you know basic shit that you should have just in case of something, now here's some skills that you can acquire to then further your repertoire. Anyways, first skill. Do you know how to can? Like, if you're like, say if you have a garden, do you know how to can vegetables? Do you know how to can foods, pickle foods, like for long-term storage? Do you know how to do that, Corn?
Fuck no.
I don't either. I don't fucking know how to can either. There's a quick start guide here on canning. Or a book that you all read. So we'll give you the fucking hold on here.
Yeah, we definitely gotta put that link up.
Yeah.
Whether in the description or in the chat.
Link to we'll get you guys a link to some shit here. Hold on. We'll get you guys a link to the book. Yeah. Yeah, we dropping links, folks. Oh, it fucking broke up. Damn it. Anyway, it's a book. Just go to Amazon and look up the Prepper's Canning Guide. It teaches you how to can and do all kinds of shit and what to buy, etc. There is a free quick start guide that you can get from organicprepper.com, but you have to put in your email address. Shout out to Nate. He said, bought my wife a $300 cannon for Christmas. She better get started. I'm weak. I mean, shit, you ain't wrong. I'm dead. Number 2. So yeah, do you know how to can? We both don't know how to fucking can. We should learn how to can. If you have a dummy email address, put it in this quick start guide here. I'm about to drop this link too. And you can just fucking basically they're just data harvesting. So go to 10minutemail.com, make yourself an email, put it in that, and get the fucking guide. Don't make yourself subject to spam. Anyways, number 2, can you plant and raise a garden? That is probably one of the most important ones. Can you harvest food from land? Basically, I know how to garden. It's been a while since I've had to tend to a garden, but I know how to garden. Corn, what about you, man?
Oh, well, of course I do, dude. Dude, my family did that. That's all they fucking did is just grew shit.
Right.
You know that both sides of my family. My mom still does it. She still grows food and stuff. But my grandpa, he used to grow like tomatoes, fucking like all kinds of shit, man. Like, yeah,
Hell yeah,
yeah. I can grow some shit. Shit. Most definitely.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And honestly, it's just like kind of on a side note. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but it is just kind of like having a pet for like 6 months. You know, however long it takes to grow whichever kind of fruit or vegetable or whatever you're trying to grow. It's like kind of like having like a pet for however long it takes to grow it, because you gotta tend to it. You got to make sure the weather's all kinds of stuff. So yeah.
Right, just for damn sure. I just saw this comment. Shout out to Doe. He said, Nate Salty. He remember how much it costs. I'm dead. Yeah. Nate said it's dangerous if not done correctly. I bet, bro. All that vacuum sealing shit, man. Shit, they get fucked up. That's for sure.
Facts.
Don't bring back Victory Gardens. Facts. And Nate said everyone should know how to garden. Exactly, Nate. That's why we're going over. That's why we're doing this. 22 self-reliance skills to learn that you should fucking know. But yeah, everybody should know how to yeah. I agree. Number 3, can you walk or run a mile? Very important. Again, and shout out to the Forerunner for this one. They must have been peeping game. Because Forerunner got the rule of the mile. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Forerunner. He was ahead of the game on this shit. And they say here, yes, I understand there are medical conditions which preclude this, but if those aren't a problem, can you do it? You should probably be able to walk around a fucking mile. Yeah, I agree. If you can't do that and you're quote unquote healthy, hey man, you know what I'm saying? But that's something crazy to think about, like, because there's a lot of people who would be considered healthy, young people who can't run a mile.
Hopefully they can walk it. It did say walk.
Right. Hopefully they can walk it. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully they can walk a mile.
Facts. Dole said, where do you think they grew Nate tall ass at? In a petri dish? No, I'm just fucking.
Oh my gosh.
Nate said I could walk anywhere and run it not so much. Yeah, bro. I bet you. Yeah, I would. I would be weak to watch you run, Nate. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, dude.
Anyway, but yeah, can you walk around a mile? I can. Corn, I already know you can, man. We done had hella crazy workouts together. We already know what the deal is. Number 4, can you keep electronics running without power? Another important one. So basically, do you have the means to keep your essential electronics running when A, the power goes out, or B, there's no power available? So so basically, all they say here, all it takes is pre-planning. So you can have like portable solar panels, portable battery packs, like a hand crank generator, stuff like that. So then they give a few links for solar generators, stuff like that. But yeah, you can definitely. That's something I do. I do have a power bank, so technically I can keep electronics running without power. Not like my computer and shit, but I can keep my phone charged. What about you, Corn?
No, I've used a generator before, numerous times.
Yeah,
most of them being in the Army,
which I also is a fucking generator. But
yeah, dude, if I had a generator, trust me, dude. If I had a house and I had a generator, I feel like I would at least be all right for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, other than a generator, I mean, I know how to live without electricity, but do I know how to keep things operating without electricity? No. I mean, I got to be honest. No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, but it also depends on what it is as well. Right. Exactly. I might be able to work off of something. It all depends on. It depends on what it is.
Exactly. Like they make these things called battery backups, where like if your power goes out, your internet and computer can continue to work for
however long,
depending how 30 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how many you got plugged in. They make of course the battery banks. I have a little portable battery bank. I can do it like I think like 3 full charges on the phone before it dies or something like that. So like that's like 3 days on the phone for me. Something. So yeah, I mean, very rudimentary shit that I have for that, but I have something.
Yeah, at least you got something.
And battery banks are cheap, bro. I'll send you the link to the one I got.
Bet.
Cheap and it's good quality. Anyway, number 5. Can you collect rainwater? Pretty self-explanatory there. I can make some. I could make something to collect it. I don't collect it, but I have something I could make to collect it, and then I could, of course, I have numerous ways to filter the rainwater too. You can just boil it. That's the easiest way. Just boil it, just collect it and then boil it and then use it.
That's interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything set up to collect rainwater. My grandmother, my grandparents on my mother's side had collected rainwater. They kept rain barrels. They farmed. They did all that self-reliant shit.
Mhm.
They did all that.
Same here.
I wish that I kept a lot of those. I wish I had kept a lot of those skills. Honestly, had sharpened a lot of those skills a lot more
Facts.
than I did.
Facts.
Really, but
Isn't that weird though? Because like when you're young, right? When you're like a kid and you're around the old heads, and you got like I went to like my great grandfather's farm as a kid, and like I didn't give a shit. But then you get older, you're like, bruh,
God damn,
why didn't I? You know what I mean? Why didn't I learn how to do this? Why didn't I learn how to do that? Why didn't I?
Right.
And now you kind of, I can't say you can't, but now it's kind of,
right.
But yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I know exactly what you mean.
Facts. Nate said collecting rainwater is illegal, I believe.
In some places, yeah, because somebody did get arrested a few years ago. Where was it in Michigan? Somewhere in Michigan. They had bad water, and then somebody was collecting rainwater, and they got arrested. That was like a big thing.
That's crazy as fuck.
Yeah, I mean it's not it's not a federal law yet, but I'm sure it will be in a few years.
That's crazy as fuck, bro. That's all I got to say. Anyway, that's number 5. Number 6, can you make money without depending on somebody else? That's important. It says, do you know how to make money of your own accord? Do you have skills, tools, or material needed to do so? Do you have any ways to make an alternate income, whether it's it could be passive, it could be something you just resell every now and again. It could be like, but can you make money depending on yourself only? It's a very important self-reliance skill. Obviously, I can. I can do that. Not easy, but you can do it, and you can do it. I've done it a lot of different ways, from business to just selling shit to flipping shit. Not prostitution, Nate. Not prostitution, but yes, that is a way that is a self-reliance technique for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? I've never done it, but you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of ways, yeah. So Corin, I'll ask you when you get back, but basically, yes, I can make money without depending on somebody else. I think that is an important self-reliance technique, whether or not you have a 9-to-5 or whatever the case is. What about you, Corin? I know the answer to this, which is obviously yes, you can. But
say the last part again. I had to stop.
I just was asking if you have that ability, if you have that skill, that
self-reliance. To make money on my own.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I have before. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Number 8, can you eat for a month without going to a grocery store? That's an important one too. So it says, let's consider this a minimum. It says, should there be a job loss, lockdown, supply chain problem, famine, EMP, whatever, can you keep you and your family fed for a minimum of a month? And it says this will allow you some level of breathing room as you formulate a better strategy moving forward. So I can eat for a month.
Could I keep myself fed for a month? Yes.
Without going to the grocery store?
Yes. Because I do know people that grow their shit. I don't live anywhere where I can grow my shit, but I know people personally that grow their shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's important. I think that's a very important one. Is can you eat without having to go to the grocery store every fucking week? That's very important. I would say. Nate said taking up woodworking this summer as potential alternative income. Hell yeah, bro. And he said we are set for a minimum 3 weeks at this point. 4 people for 3 weeks. That's a lot of shit, bro. I feel you on that.
Oh yeah, okay. He's talking about the gotcha. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, minimum 3 weeks.
I'm about to eat for my
Yeah. Okay.
Nate, my challenge to you would be to get that up to 4 weeks, bro. That's my challenge to you. I don't know what take it for as much of a challenge as you want, but we're doing this to make you guys better and us too, because we can't do all this shit either, if y'all can't tell.
Facts.
Number 9. This is funny.
I do want to elaborate on 8 real quick because we kind of passed it, but I do want to say for people that don't, because I'm sure most people can't eat for a month
Right.
without a grocery store. So for the people who can't, I do want to say you can do what I did. I mean, I don't know all the ropes and stuff, but I met someone in college that grows their own shit, like food wise. And I know other people that I met at the farmer's market back when I used to go once a fucking month, back when I was going there. Still got their number though. Still cool people. Met a couple people through the farmer's market that grow their own shit. So if you want to go to your local farmer's market and find people, start making connections that way. Because I just started doing this kind of stuff last year, where I was like, all right, look, because of the prepper episode, the last prepper episode that we did 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
Look, guys, this shit's real, man. This shit's real, and you guys are seeing this shit on the news too. I would suggest at least going to the farmer's market and getting down somebody's phone number or getting some tips on how to grow some stuff or something. So
that's
because again, the 4 weeks that's probably accurate of how long shit's going to be shut down if shit happens in terms of the food shortage.
Folks, that's free game right there. I think I'll even be going to do that. Because I've been needing to get my ass to a farmer's market anyway. It's been too long for me anyway. So,
bro, I haven't been literally since last summer. So, but I do keep in contact with my friend from college that grows his own shit, and I actually went and visited him last year. So I'm still
sweet. Dell said free game. Facts. That's free game. Show. So number 9. Can you go a week without spending any money? That's interesting. So it says basically the less money you spend, the more independent you are. Or perhaps the less your debt is, the more independent you are. And it says debt makes you a slave. Remember that. Of course, we all know that. Can't forget that. So it said, and if
slave without it.
It says here, if you can't go a week without buying a fancy latte, concert tickets, or whatever, are you really independent? I feel like that's a really weird way to look at that, though. Like, that's a really weird way to look at that. Like, I think the ultimate me personally, I think the ultimate self-reliance is you can go a week and spend money every day and have it not affect you like you're not spending money. That's, I think, the ultimate self-reliance, to where you can go and spend it
and it not affect
you know what I'm saying, spend it like it don't fucking matter, basically. Mm-hmm. That's self-reliant to me, because then if you're spending your money like it don't matter, according to what we're trying to portray here, you should have all your ducks in a row. You should have your fucking month of food. You should have, what I'm saying, all this shit already ready to go first, and then so you can go ahead and buy them lattes and shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the ideal way to go about it, right?
Facts.
Now, am I doing that? Fuck no. But I'm just saying that's probably the ideal way to do it. Don't let me call the plug first.
You ain't right.
You're right.
You ain't right.
You ain't never lied there, bro. Number 10. Can you call for backup without a phone? Interesting. So basically, if you don't have cell service, your phone's dead. Your phone service has been shut off. what happens? Can you get? It says, can you get men to where they need to be right now? So I guess this is like some, I don't know what the fuck we're getting at there. No, I can't call for backup without a phone. That's what I'm saying, bro. And it don't even say, this is shit that gets them on nerves. Don't even say how to do it. It just says, can you? How the fuck you supposed to do that? That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's like asking a woman if he's standing up. It's
right. Like they can't put on their fucking leg. Like, my thing. So like, what are you supposed to have? Like a fucking walkie-talkies? They only have a 2-mile radius. A lot of the fancy sets. Right, signal fire or goddamn flare. Like, what are we talking about here? Now we did mention get a flare in the bug out bag in the prepper episode. You should have a flare in your bug out bag, yeah. Those says, yeah, signal fire after I lost my phone. Exactly. That
one just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense, man.
Doesn't make sense to me. This one says, do you have a fireplace, wood stove, or gas logs? And I'm gonna add in, or can you make a fire? I'm gonna add that in. I don't have a fireplace, wood stove, or gas logs. Unfortunately, but I know how to make a fire, and I have materials to make a fire.
Yes, I can make a fire.
I mean,
and yes, I have made a fire. I was forced to make it, obviously, but yes, I had to make a fire. It's been a while since I've made one, so I might be a little rusty in it, but yeah, I do know how to make a fire.
Yeah, same. The next one, number 12. This is also important. Can you defend your home? It says or neighborhood, but we ain't. Can you defend your home?
I'm just kidding.
Right. Fucking kids.
Fucking kids.
But can you defend your home? Yes, I can defend my home with whatever means. It says here some basic level of self-defense skills, whether it be hand-to-hand combat, weapons. If you have weapons, do you have ammo stores? Do you have cleaning kits, etc.? Do you have all that type of shit? I'm able to defend my home in a multitude of ways. Well, just leave it at that. But Corn, what about you? Are you able to defend your home?
Well, the thing is, I'm no beta male. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna let Dole speak for me and say, niggas straight over here.
Yeah, like Dole said, we straight over here. That's basically it. We straight. We straight.
Oh my god!
The corn's hands are lethal. Hey man,
I'm dead. Leave the fucking Dole.
Hey, I'm gonna say, just because Dole brought it up again, I'm gonna say it again. Hey,
I'm dead. Oh my.
Corn would have gone if you could go on viral when this nigga was fighting. Corn would have gone viral every time, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm dead.
All them videos that y'all say, oh shit, that this nigga did that. He did that to niggas. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
I was like in them Lehigh days, man. Shit was crazy back then.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh shit. Number 13. Can you sight a rifle? I think the answer to that is yes for both of us as well. Next, that's pretty self-explanatory.
You said next.
14. Can you skin and butcher a squirrel, rabbit, and deer? So it say here that they think these are the big three of wild game. If you can skin and butcher these, you can skin and butcher just about anything that you come across, which I'd agree to. I'd agree with that. I'll say I've it's been probably 10 plus years since I've skinned a deer. I've never skinned a rabbit, and I've only skinned a squirrel once. So my skills are very, very fucking rusty when it comes to skinning shit. So I would damn near say yes, I can, but it's been so long that I would probably not be that great. Nate said he might puke, but he can do it. Corn, what about you, bro?
Well, on my dad's side, it's a lot of hunters on that side. On my dad's side, and I surprisingly do not know how to skin an animal.
Hey, man,
I've never done it. Like I've been around the I've just never learned. I've never even been hunting.
I'll put it this way. It's a surprisingly humbling experience. Put it that way. You think you can handle blood and gore and shit, and you think that you think that you can. How do I put this? I don't know, man. If you're in tune with yourself, if you're in tune with self, you can really feel like that you like the taking the life actually means a little bit more than just buying it off the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Like you take it, you give it thanks, and you skin it. Like it's kind of a powerful thing when you think about it. But now, of course, after you do it, a bunch of times, obviously it's just like it becomes ritual. But yeah, it's an interesting feeling.
I'll tell you one thing though, ain't nothing like deer jerky, bro.
Man, I ain't had any deer jerky in a couple of years, man. I'm sad about it. I'm real sad about it. Or any deer meat, period. It's been a couple of years. I'm real sad about it. If anybody wants to send a comrade some venison, hit us up in the DM or the email. You know what I'm saying? we might pay.
I'll match you with some coleslaw.
Yeah, right. Facts. Niggas got to cook. I had a coleslaw on deck. Number 15. Can you predict if and when it's going to rain or snow? So, if you can predict this tells you when you can plant, when you can harvest, and when you need to start hunkering down. So, it says there are preps which can help you do this, and it says, but can you do that with nothing other than your nose and eyeballs? I can tell when it's going to rain. Snow, not so much, I would say. And I do know when the weather's moving in, and I know when there's a storm getting ready to come in and shit like that. But yes, when it's about to snow, I don't know if there's any difference between that. Dole said, "I got y'all. My family home's crazy, but that ain't for me, bruh." if they could bless a brother with some venison of some kind, bro, I'm telling you, I will be forever grateful. I need some venison in my life, and I ain't been hunting, so yeah. Dole said, "Hell yeah, I start sneezing," and Nate says, "My knee tells me." So, Corn, what about you? Can you predict if and when it's going to rain or snow?
Not unless I look outside. No, I see this question. This is kind of a weird question because sometimes I can't. I feel like I can, but honestly, if you were to say, "Hey, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow?" I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. I know some people have little life hacks of how to do that.
Matter of
you're talking in a matter of hours. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Unless you're. I don't know. I mean, I know I can, in a matter of hours. Okay, I can tell clouds. It's gonna rain, or it's gonna be, a light breeze today, But
right, I like breeze.
I like breeze.
Well, hell yeah. Number 16. I think this one's also pretty important. Can you navigate with a map, compass, and a protractor? The forgotten arts, man. I tell you. It says, fuck a GPS. You may not have that available in the near future. If that's so, do you know how to get from A to B with a map and map tools? I know how to. See, here's my thing. I learned to navigate a little bit better with a map from riding motorcycles, believe it or not. That being said, and I know how to read the grades and all that kind of shit, but that's as far as it goes. Compass, I can obviously use a compass. A map protractor, I don't think I can do. I don't think I can do a protractor, but I know how to like if I have a landmark and I can find it on the map, I know how to navigate from that point. Where I like if I can find where I'm at on the map or find the nearest landmark where I was at, and I can kind of figure out from there. And obviously I know how to use the fucking compass. But a map protractor, I don't think so, bro. What about you?
You took the words out of my mouth on that one because I learned how to do like I even forgot what we called it. What we call it, land navigation. I think we called it still back in basic. But the funny thing is, once I actually got in my duty station for 4 years, I didn't use any of that. So the only training I did do out in the field was combat related. So it wasn't necessarily, navigation. So same thing you said. I mean, I might be able to remember a little bit in terms of like how to navigate maps with I guess not a protractor. Was it a protractor? It was something else, but it might have been a protractor. I can't remember what tool we used. But yeah, the compass, obviously, man. I feel like more people. I feel like the question should be, can you read a fucking map? You like, as long as you can read a map and know where you're at, I feel like you should do it.
I agree with that. So I'm gonna wrap these next two up into one because I don't know why the fuck they're separate. So 17 and 18, basically, can you preserve meat with salt? And can you make jerky? So basically, I don't know if any of you all have watched the TV show Alone, where these people film themselves. They get dropped off in these remote area of Canada, and they film themselves living off the land for as long as they can, and the person who lasts the longest wins $250,000. And I see a lot of people on there making jerky when they if they get if you catch a big game and you're out there, if you're self-reliant and you catch a big game, you got to do some, you got to, be able to preserve that meat some way. So can you preserve it with salt? Can you make jerky out of it? So you can smoke meat too and make it kind of like smoked jerky of some sort. Preserve meat with salt. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure I can do that. Can I make jerky? No, can't make jerky. I'm sure. I mean, nowadays it's easy as just cutting it into strips and putting it in a dehumidifier, but I can't make jerky over fire. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say no and no. But I do have a question for you about preserving meat. Is it a simpler task to preserve meat with salt?
As far as I know, you just literally layer that motherfucker in salt, salt the fuck out of it, and you want to wrap it tight in some burlap or something, and keep it cool, and it should preserve.
Okay.
That's what I know. That's how I know how to do it. Yeah, and basically, you have to pretty much bury it, wrap it in salt and burlap, and then you get it underground and get it cool, get it in a regulated temperature, which typically is 6 inches to 10 inches underground. About 6 inches underground, temperature is a little more regulated, and then you can and cooler, and you can preserve it like that. That's the way I know how to do it.
Okay.
Jerky, I mean, I assume you just fucking hang that shit up high over a fire and it'll just catch the smoke and get smoked and dry out. That's what I assume with jerky. I haven't done it, but yeah. Oh, Nate said the guy in Lynchburg won a season. He killed a moose. Yeah, I saw that joint. Yeah, he was.
Really?
Yeah, that dude was. Yeah, he was cool.
Shout out, repping VA.
You already know. You already know. So it says here, do you have a network? And I think this goes into what Corn was saying earlier about go to your farmer's market. Do you have a network of farmers, plumbers, vets, electricians, nurses, doctors, teachers, people who you can turn to for help to do shit that you can't do yourself?
Mhm.
People that you trust. Do you have a community of people who are like-minded and are willing to help you out, like they would help out their family members? That's a tough. Do I have that? I don't think so, bro. Not around here, man. I've got my family and shit, but like as far as like people who are going to be able to do a bunch of shit, like very few.
I got a couple down here. Again, like if you're talking about in terms of like some of the other questions, like helping you out in that sense,
Right.
I would say
Questions, stuff you can't fix, etc.
probably I'd say maybe about 2. Not counting the farmers market.
I see.
But again, it's just one of those things where you also have to gauge of what you need the most first. So if okay, I got the food part down, but I need somebody that knows how to can. Then that's where you got to start gauging your stuff at. Okay, jerky, because jerky is easier to store. You can store a lot of it, and it takes longer to fucking expire. So it's like, look, fam, I need to find somebody like me personally. I would look at this and say, okay, I need to find somebody that knows how to make fucking jerky right off the bat, because I don't know how to fucking do it. I need to have somebody show me how to go. First of all, hunt. Second of all, skin an animal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So I mean, this is definitely something that we should all look at and do exactly what Jaren said. Like, hey, find somebody that can show you this or learn. There's books out there. Yeah, there's books out there. We just put some links in the not in the description, in the chat as well.
Yeah. Literally, like us included, like we got our work to do too when it comes to this shit. Like I got a list of shit I'm gonna have to get hip on quick. And I know better. That's the thing. I fucking know better. But I'm still not hip, That's what humans do, man. That's what we do. We prioritize other shit, and so it goes. The key is to not beat yourself up about it. The key is to just be like, okay, I obviously have been slacking on this aspect of whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make a little space for it, make a little time for it, and then be all right. Anyways, down the last few here. So number 20, do you have a basic supply of tools available? Do you have a basic tool set? Do you know how to use the tools in your basic tool set? Obviously, I'm a car guy. I got plenty of tools. Corn, about you? You got a basic tool set?
Yes, I'm not a car guy, but I do have a basic tool set in my car.
Feel you. Important, very important. Pretty self-explanatory again. 21. Can you fillet a fish? It says country folk will have no problem here, but for everybody else, can you descale? Can you what I'm saying? Can you fillet that motherfucker?
Yep.
Now I will say I've only been fishing one time, and I'm a country folk, which is what I'm saying. I'm weird though. I tend to stay away from water. I'm more of a mountain guy. I tend to pretty much stay away from. I stayed away from water. Put it this way. I went to the beach when I was 2 years old. I didn't go back to the beach until I was 24. 20, something like that. Whatever the fuck you went to the beach that one time in 2015, bro.
It's 20 years, bro.
That's
22 years.
22 years. And I stopped going to pools when I was 10 years old because
That's
of just some kid tried to drown me and shit. So I was traumatized and said, fuck pools. So your boy ain't been around no fucking water. So I don't know how to fillet no damn fish, bro. Corn, what about you?
Yeah, I know how to fillet. I've fished my whole life. up until I was like probably maybe like 15, about 14, 15. Yeah, I know how to fillet fish. It's easy. That's one of the like the easiest things. Yeah, that's definitely one of the can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the easier tasks. Definitely on this on this list is filleting fish, because filleting fish is actually fairly easy. But it's also easy to cut yourself.
Yeah. True. I know how to use a knife though, pretty well.
But it also depends on the fish too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. True shit. Shout out to Adam. What's good, bro? He said my beach loving ass would probably get eaten by the hungry seagulls. LOL.
I'm dead.
So what, you just gonna drive up and ride on the beach? Like, what you talking about, bro? Like, you just go hang out on the beach and not move? And Nate said, I hate the water, but I fish all day. And he said the Carbon Gypsy Hill Pond got a few of those at Captain. Man, oh my god, I wouldn't eat nothing to come out that goddamn place. But that's
hell
just
no. Remember those ugly ass like orange fish that were in there? It looked like they had like brain tumors. I was like, bro, they fucked the water up in that damn pond, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know how much shit went to that pond since like 1999? A lot.
Bro,
between 99 and 2012, a lot of shit has gone into that pond, bro. Other than fish and ducks.
Oh shit! So how that fish tastes, bro? At least you're still with them.
Still with us. Shout out to Gypsy Hill.
Oh, he said you don't eat them. We put them in my uncle's pond. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm dead. So y'all just basically stole them bitches.
Yeah. They basically just
kidnapped some Gypsy Hill fish.
He said, "Oh, we need these to breed my pond." Fuck it. Fuck it. Stack up these motherfuckers. I feel you. Adam said the scarps are monsters. They'd eat us. They ate the ducks.
I am dead.
Oh, I think that was legit, dude. I think the carps did end up eating some ducks or something happened to some ducks on there, if I remember. They said the fish actually just get to a point they walk out of dams like it on the land.
I'm dead.
I bet, bro. Yo, fish is some crazy fucking animals, bro.
I'm dead.
All right. Last one, but not least. Can you treat common illnesses and ailments? So, aside from over-the-counter medicines, can you treat a basic flesh wound? Can you treat a sprain? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how to wrap an ankle, a wrist? You know what I'm saying? Like do you know what happens if you get a bad rash, or you come across some poison ivy or poison oak? Like, can you take care of these things? I can. Corn, what about you?
Yeah, I can. When it comes to certain rashes, like certain like plants, or I guess like poison, I don't know. But yeah, in terms of like your basic stuff, how an ankle is kind of, I wouldn't say complicated. It depends on where things are. But if someone came to me for help to try and wrap something for them, I would probably decline, because I'm just not. That's like somebody looking at me to perform CPR on someone. I'm not fucking doing it, because I'm not. Yeah, I'm not not even certification. Fuck that. But like, I don't want to put myself in that position, because it's been a long ass time since I've done anything like that. But with myself, yeah, absolutely. So if I need to wrap my ankle, yeah. If I need to wrap my wrist, yeah. If I need to take care of a wound or something, yeah. I do have a little bit of knowledge left from when I learned how to do some of that kind of stuff. But yeah. But when it comes to like other people, or if I'm like in a community, somebody's like, "Hey, can you help?" I'd be like, unfortunately, I'm not that experienced. So yeah. Or advanced, I should say, and learning how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I can do it for myself, but for doing it for a bunch of people and shit, like
Yeah, like if someone were shot and they said, "Hey, can you," or stabbed, and can you treat this wound? I do my best, but I wouldn't be the first one. I shouldn't be the first one you run to. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts. They said my young sister has brought 3 people back to life using CPR. Wow.
Yep.
Now
Good
I
plan.
did learn CPR. I feel like I should probably relearn CPR, but I did learn CPR, and like if I had to perform it, I guess I would do my fucking best. I mean, I have the gist. I remember the gist. You know. But that's also very important. I think that should be on in low. You know, I feel like people perform CPR enough where you could consider that common, which is kind of sad. But I mean, I feel like, you know, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, shout out to Nate's sister, man.
Yeah.
Save lives. CPR. But yeah, that's it for the list, man. I think that's a good bunch of shit to work towards. To be honest.
Facts.
I mean, we had at least 5 or 10 things on there that we didn't necessarily know how to do, or hadn't done in forever, and this, that, and the third. So
yeah,
I think that's a good bit of stuff to get your I guess your juices flowing to say, hey, let me go try and learn some of this shit. Let me get some of these skills under my belt. So in case shit hits the fan, or really, you might find it fun, and you might, to save you money. Like a lot of this shit will save a lot of money. Like if you can grow your own food, and just shit like just grow your own food, like hunt and skin game and shit like that.
Treat yourself.
Preserve your own meat, make jerky and shit. Like you can
heal yourself.
Yeah, heal yourself. Like you can this, and the thing is, this is all shit that pretty much the majority of people knew how to do 100 years ago. Just to put that in perspective, like if you ask people 100 years ago could they do any of this shit, they would say yes to the majority of people would probably say yes to all this shit. And that's the crazy part about it. I mean, none of this stuff is none of this stuff is far-fetched old or new, new concepts. None of that. It's all just basic self-reliance stuff. And really basic. But yeah, I got some work to do. Corn, you got some work to do. So
yeah. Well, I mean, but this is why we do this, though, right? It's so that we know what we can do. It's so that the viewers, so you guys know what you can do as well. To not just get better, but to be safe. You know what I mean, and to be independent, which is and a big thing.
Yeah, you damn right.
Because that's what they're relying on us for right now. I mean, that's what they're relying on us to rely on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already know, bro. Let's see, what was I about to add something to that, but it slipped my mind. Anyways, yeah, I agree, bro. This is good shit. And if you guys need, you know what I'm saying, like, Happy Jake got the hookup on some prepper shit, man. So if y'all need some shit, just holler at your boy. I can get you some shit. You need some discounts, like some good sites. I found some even better sites than I found on, that I had when we did the prepper cast for some good shit. So
facts.
Hit us in the DM, hit us in the email, man, if y'all need that. Final topic of the night. Everybody's favorite president, Sleepyhead, and his administration have basically, people are afraid that the Sleepyhead administration, the night administration, the nap time administration, has a database of, let me get the exact number for y'all. 920 million 664,765 firearm purchase records, including both digital and hard copy versions of every single one of those transactions. So the ATF has a firearm sales database comprised of almost 1 billion sales nationwide. Now, this doesn't come as a surprise to anybody who knows what the fuck Big Daddy Croak government does. But for those of you who this might come to as a surprise for, I don't know why it does, to be honest. And the ATF disclosed this information to lawmakers. And I have the letter right here. Hold on. Gotta show receipts when we can. Basically, quick enough for the internet to stop fucking up. Here it is. Here's a letter. It's a letter, bro. ATF did not always comply with the Appropriations Act restriction and should better adhere to its policies. In total, ATF manages 920,664,765 OBR as of November 2021. 865 million of those are digital. Here you go. Based on FFL stats and federal licensing systems. So what they're doing is they're they are essentially going into licensed gun stores that go out of business or close down or whatever, and the ATF scoops up all of its private records, detailing basically those transactions become ATF property at that point. And the reason why people had a lot of problem with this in Virginia was because that just became law to have private gun sales go through federally licensed firearm carriers, go through FFLs. Because people people had a problem with it because of this exact reason right here. They did not want the government keeping records of who's buying what guns. And if you've ever seen one of these FFL documents, it's your name, your social security number, where you live, how many guns you bought, and not to mention they do the background checks too, right? They know what you bought, where you bought it from, how much you paid, where you live, what your social is, and then from that, you know what else the ATF got. They got the CIA, they got the FBI, they got Facebook, they got Google. They'll put the profile together on you. Don't worry about that. They got the profile together on you already. Basically, people are saying that this database is basically ATF is saying this is used to track firearms related to crimes. Not to quote unquote track gun owners. Do you believe that, Corn?
Hell no, I don't fucking believe that shit.
You believe that 2 + 2 is 5? Because that's basically what they're trying to say there.
The hell is a motherfucking lie?
Right. I ain't word. Basically, the director of federal affairs for Gun Owners of America basically said that he said, quote, "Make no mistake, this is clear evidence that a partial national gun registry exists." And he said again, if the American people don't stand up for their rights now, Sleepyhead's anti-gun ATF will be able to track gun owners, infringe on our rights, and potentially even confiscate. Well, I got news for you, bro. They're already confiscating forced reset triggers. So if you've got a binary trigger or a trigger that automatically resets, they're considering that a automatic type weapon, and they're coming to confiscate them. So if anybody's got binary triggers and all this other shit, they know who the fuck you are, because again, they got this shit here. And this is all federal firearm purchases, bro. anything you got to fill out that paperwork for. But yeah, they're coming door to door to confiscate binary triggers, reset triggers, force reset triggers. So yeah, man. I don't know. I just really wanted to bring this up more for awareness than I guess. I mean, we can talk about. There's stuff to talk about here for sure, but the thing is, there's laws against these types of registries. Like the FFL paperwork is supposed to stay in the FFL. Supposed to. I never trusted it. Like I mean, obviously, this comes as no surprise to me.
Well, yeah, we talked about that a while ago on here about
Right.
how we didn't trust it. Yeah.
Yeah, the FFL paperwork is supposed to stay at the FFL and only basically be pulled out, but via a subpoena, some sort of crime been committed, and they think the gun might have been purchased at the FFL, etc. Then they got to bust the records out and say, "Oh yeah, they did or didn't buy it." That's what it's supposed to be for. But the ATF is going and snagging records from FFL gun shops that are closing down, snagging those records and building databases on people.
Closing down or being shut down?
Both. So it says when it goes out of business and its private gun records basically become ATF property. The government said, and we'll take that. Oh man!
Because at first, when I didn't read the entire article when you had initially sent it to me, and so I was just a precursor for everybody. I was at work when I was reading the article, so I was multitasking. So I didn't know that because I was thinking to myself like, okay, maybe you had the FFLs or FL, what do you call them, the FFLs working for the ATF. But now that I see that no, they're going after these fucking places, whether they're shutting them down or whether they've closed down,
right?
And they're just taking their shit and making it public,
right?
But again, I mean, we saw this coming.
Yeah,
we saw this coming because we knew exactly what was going to happen. Which is the same thing I said. I believe last time we talked about this topic with them saying that you have to go through now an FFL to get to buy privately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the government's going to find a way, the feds are going to find a way to continue to take guns away from Americans, one way or another. They know we're not just going to hand that. They know that Americans aren't just going to fucking hand that shit over. So yeah, they have to put that. They're going to start doing this shit. And like you said, now they're breaking the laws that they made, the same laws they made to get this shit done, to run around here and take these records, take the gun records. And now they can just knock on anybody's door and say you the trigger on your weapon that you purchased back in 2008 or something.
Right. We now deem illegal, so we're gonna need that. Right.
And you say you ain't got it, and they're gonna say, okay, where's it at? And if you can't point them where, I'm telling you, man. Hey, look,
it's finna get ugly, bro. It's finna get ugly. It's finna get ugly, man. And keep in mind, this database also includes firearms transfers. So that's private sales. So that's FFL purchases and private sales. This includes. So now, not only is it people going and buying new guns, it's Joe sold it to Tom, and so now they got Joe. They know Joe had this, and now it went to Tom. So if Joe had done something previously, and Tom's got a dirty gun now, they're going to go to Tom and say, hey, your gun was used in a murder or some shit or whatever. We're going to need that. That's what they say they're going to use it for, which they probably will. But they don't never do anything that only serves one purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this will be able to just to quote unquote that this will stop enough crime to make people think that they still stop crime. But then it'll really serve the real purpose, which is they'll know who pretty much who owns what, who owned what, who had what, where they're from, et cetera, et cetera. It's man, I tell you, man.
What their fingerprint looks like.
Right. And then not to mention we just had this another college shooting at Bridgewater College. And look, now answer me this. They say the guy had a high capacity pistol magazine, right? What did they just try and fail to ban? High capacity magazines. They've been coming after high capacity magazines. They've been coming after force reset triggers. They've been coming after fucking pistol braces. They've been coming after just ARs in general. Like they've been coming after all this shit. And we know what they do from time to time with these damn shootings. And that's almost if you listen to us long enough, you know what the fuck we're saying. I don't need to go into too much more detail than that. But I just find it very convenient that whenever they either try and fail to get something passed that's shitty, or they're trying to persuade people to be against it so that they can get rid of it,
All of a sudden shows up.
Yeah, all of a sudden something fishy just kind of happens.
Shows up at an event.
An event just sort of happens, that may or may not be involving that very thing. So so you couple that combined with that, and now you've got the ATF just pretty much comes out and admits in an open letter, or not an open letter, but a letter to lawmakers that they have a database of 920 million firearm purchase records. That's a hell of a lot of records as well, by the way.
A lot.
You got to remember, there's 330 million people in America, and they've got 3 times that in firearm purchase records. So put that in perspective. Hey, this is a heavily armed populace, bruh. It's a heavily armed populace.
And just imagine, that's just the public ones.
That exactly, and that's just from the failed fucking FFLs.
Yep.
On top of that, that's not from the ones that are still running.
Yep.
Bro, I'm sure there's billions and billions and billions of firearms purchase records that they're just salivating to get to. But hey, man, crazy shit. I'm not surprised either.
Me either. Me either, because I mean, all of this shit is happening for a reason. Like we've been saying with this topic, is that this is like James said, not trying to like tiptoe around certain things with this topic, but I mean, we know what it is. The narratives that are always being pushed are always the narratives, whether it's trying to tread lightly, whether it's the victim that is a part of that narrative, or whether it's going to be the suspect a part of that narrative. But so it's always something that's going to be a part of that fucking narrative that they're trying to push. And then once they realize, oh, we can't push it this way, let's do something else another way. And let's get their attention by hitting them. And the one thing that hits everybody, every single person, their emotions.
Facts.
The same thing with the cough. No, nobody took it seriously until it hit everybody's emotions. Mammy and Pappy in the hospital. Now everybody, now it's such a touchy subject. So,
but again, that's how we are. We don't, shit doesn't hit till it hits too close. You know what I'm saying? I've always wondered why that is. Like, because I'm that way with some things, but other things I'm not. Like, I just wonder, are we like that because, well, we just kind of go along until there's I gotta abruptly stop and do something else, or like, I don't know.
But I think everyone is that way, and at least some things in some areas, obviously, because again, we're all humans, so emotions are emotions. Every human has some kind of emotion, but there's a lot of people out there that I've met that have that with everything. It's just like nothing really, like they live in their own world pretty much, and nothing really affects them until it does, or affects someone around them or someone they care about. Then they take it seriously. Then they take that topic. Then they're touchy about that subject. Then whatever.
Right.
But yeah. I completely understand.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, hey man, it is what it is. And I mean, a lot of that shit's only going to get worse too because of what we just talked about earlier in the cast. Shit that was once considered quote unquote mentally ill, I guess no longer is, right? So that means people aren't going to be able to get certain treatments that they were getting and everything like that. So who knows? Who knows?
I will say, man, on a side note, I decided to do something random last night and just watch this random ass episode of South Park on HBO Max last night.
Oh fuck!
And and so I decided I went to like a random season, random episode, because I was just like I just used this background noise while I was recording a video, or while I was editing one of my videos, and it turned out to be the Asperger's episode from like 10 years ago or some shit like that.
Oh,
and all I can say is this, guys. Go back. Just go. If you guys have HBO Max or YouTube or internet in general, go and just type in South Park Asperger's and watch that episode. And then you'll know what I'm talking about in terms of everything that's happening right now. Like it bro, like I don't know what it was super crazy, dude. Like you think I'm lying when I tell you that I literally picked the episode on random. And it's talking about like all the stuff that's going on right now. Like it's very relevant to some of the stuff that's going on right now. Kind of foreshadowing stuff, and it kind of makes me wonder. I'm like, everybody's Matt and Trey Parker, the dudes. I think that's their names. The dudes that are the creators of Park or whatever.
I think so.
The end alls and be alls of South Park. Those guys have to have a blood deal. You can't offend China and do all this other stuff and all that, and still be. Bro. We've seen people lose their careers over stuff, minor stuff that South Park has even done.
Right.
South Park has, bro. I love that show, but I'm like, bro, they have to have a blood deal. There's no way they don't have a fucking blood deal.
Yeah.
With countries and politicians. There's no way they don't. After watching the episode last night, I was like, yeah, there's no way that. There's a reason why they're safe.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Now, with that same logic, how safe? Now I'm gonna ask again. How safe is Joe Rogan?
He's still safe.
How uncancelable is still now? But now let me ask you this: if he's still safe, do you think that he also has a similar thing going on where he's so safe in a similar regard to that, or are you saying that he's just so safe because he's got such a strong fan base that it doesn't matter, he's uncancelable? And
I think it's the fan base. I don't think it's the deal stuff. Okay. I think it's definitely the fan, and not even, I wouldn't even say the fan base. I mean, obviously, yeah, because Spotify paid the dude $100 million. Like, you're not going to take. I think that's the only reason why they're not taking them down is because
they spend a whole lot of money on
this. That's when you think of Spotify now. That's kind of who you think of when it comes to podcasting, at least.
Yeah.
So I mean, you take him out, then okay, for fucking Neil Young, you kidding me? Neil Young or Joe Rogan? Yeah, they did the right thing. Peace, Neil.
Yeah, later, bro. Later, bro. And
then some old ass bitch came out of nowhere from like the set talking about she wanted to take her. It's like, we don't even know who the fuck you are. You could go too. Like,
bye.
You can pick. We thought you packed your bags 30 years ago, bitch. What the fuck you doing? Still doing
right, bro. Joe gets 10 million listeners a week. Do you think that Neil Young's getting 10 million listeners a week on Spotify? Fuck. No. Did he ever get 10 million listeners a week, nigga? Probably
No.
fucking not. I mean, look, no diss to Neil Young. He got some decent songs and shit, but
yeah. Neil Young's got some bangers, bro.
bruh. You're gonna have to
But he's still a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's fucking idiot. Yeah. I can like your music, you can still be a fucking idiot. Basically. But yeah, I just find that interesting that they've resorted to, Joe Rogan being a racist and all this and that now to try and get him canceled. Just like they just aren't giving up, are they?
Here's the thing too, and I don't want to dive into the whole because this is definitely Patreon.
Yeah, we're getting into some Patreon.
No, not even that. Not even what we were talking about. That's fine. But I'm talking about what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying. The way these people are acting, because I see it every fucking day on social media, where literally it's just endless attacks on people that just have a different opinion on this whole, jab shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
My theory, if I can say that, is it's something in that shit that's making these people so fucking aggressive. I could obviously, that's my tinfoil hat moment of the night.
In the, you know what?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't. Again, obviously that is a very wild fucking theory, or guess, or whatever, or I guess what do you call it? Observation from things, but it's like the way people get extremely mad about somebody that doesn't even know they exist. You know what I mean? I don't know. So
it's interesting. I think it's interesting. I think it might be a little bit of that too, because I've also thought that, especially because I've seen people now this isn't a general thing here, but I've seen people before and after said thing, and after about a couple of months, that I've noticed that some people act a little different afterwards, just a little bit. There's definitely some minute changes in behaviors and shit, which is interesting. Now, I mean, of course, there's the aspect of, there's been nothing but mental trauma on people the last 2 years, right? From every aspect. You've got the lockdowns, you've got the masks, you've got
absolutely
you can't do that. You've got people trying to. Oh, then Dole even just said it right there, and he just even said things of stress that the itis has created higher aggression. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. That's the thing too. But I'm saying I have specific correlations that I've made myself in real life to pre and post. And I'm not saying, again, not everybody. I've just noticed it in certain people.
Well, yeah, definitely not everybody.
Interesting change.
But just seeing so many people use, we got to take him down, misinformation, it has to be him. And I'm just like, I mean, because some people are using the theory of they couldn't take down Trump, so now they're trying to take down the next guy. But it's just but it's also the wrong guy too, because he's not really on the right anyway. So it wouldn't really make any sense. You're not really doing anybody any favors, by even attacking a dude in the first place. No favors at all. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But you know what? You could be right. So I mean, about it maybe it's just, maybe I am a little bit overreacting. Maybe I'm over observing, and I think it probably just is just the past 2 years. Everybody's just ready to get this shit over with.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I actually saw an article that said that 70% of Americans said they were ready to move on. They said, look, let's do it.
Yeah. Well, remember, social media is only what I don't believe when people say it's only 1%. It's more than 1%. It's got to be more than 1% because you very rarely do you know anybody that doesn't have social media. So it's got to be more than 1%. I think it's a huge lie. But do I think that it's majority of people still in the world have it? No. But yeah, it's a lot of fucking. I don't know, man. I don't know. Where'd that stat come from though? Was that like a?
It was after some recent polls that they had done. I don't have the article handy. But
I meant who did it?
It was mainstream. It was mainstream. I don't remember exactly. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I doubt I'll be able to find it quickly.
Oh, you ain't gotta do all that, but I mean, look, it's believable, that majority of people are in one.
Here we go. I found it. Monmouth University.
Okay, yeah, but that 70% of Americans from Monmouth University. But you said what?
Yeah. Well, they did. Hold on. So, yeah, I mean, universities do public studies. I mean, it's not like it's just on college kids. I'm trying to get the sample size.
Yeah, I want to say I'm just trying to see like where they actually like got the result, like where they did this experiment or did the poll at, or where they gathered it from, at least.
So they've got the demographics broken down here. But I don't see how many people they actually talk to. That's what I don't see.
Because I do believe that, yeah, obviously, I believe that most people want this to be done over and done with. Absolutely, everybody wants to go back.
Same.
Most people want to go back to normal. But you're still gonna have the people that are gonna like, we need this to happen if we, because there's a lot of crazy ass people out there that literally will not fucking even stand in a room with people unless they know they're all vaccinated. There's people out here right now that won't even say like they're posting pictures. They're posting pictures at gatherings and letting you know that everybody there is vaccinated in their caption, and I'm just like,
of course,
just to make sure, just to let you guys know everybody here is vaccinated. It's just like, why?
I give a fuck.
Why? Do it look like I give a fuck?
Right, that's my thing. Like, I don't give a fuck if you are or not.
Facts.
What you gotta do with me? What they gotta do with me?
I'm dead. Oh shit, we got another spam in here.
Oh hell, another spam.
Don't worry, I blocked them.
Bye, spam. Everybody say goodbye, spam. But yeah, man. Any Dole said if I had $1 for every time somebody said, "Don't worry, I've got my shot." Hey, I have a lot of money right now, bro. I'd be Bitcoin rich. It's like,
yeah, at my job we have to. We don't have to, but at my job, the way I greet because the people that I bring in is I walk up to them and I shake my hands. And a lot of them,
fucking right.
A lot of them they'll sit there with their and some you can tell who they are because they had they're all masked up or shielded up, and they'll sit there and they'll do this. And I'll go to shake their hand and they do this. They won't even move, bro. And I'm just like, all right, yeah. It gets awkward as fuck, man. But yeah, it's everybody's ready to move on, man. Everybody's ready to move on.
Yeah. But I'm hearing Big Daddy Core Government now. Y'all ain't ready till we ready, and we ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? There's still, I don't know what game they're trying to play in the U.S., man. There's other countries that are just like, yeah, we're getting rid of our mandates. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this didn't work. Like, all right. U.S. is still like, we've still got them. We still got some of the niggers, so.
I forgot what movie I was watching the other day where the guy said this, but it's pretty much it was pretty much relevant to what the government's doing, and then what like you just said, like y'all don't win until we win.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. You know?
Straight
Y'all ain't free till we free. That's what the government. That's pretty much what Big Brother corrupt government's saying.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Damn, bro. Well, yeah. Yeah, interesting shit tonight, man. Anything else? Anybody going to say? Corey, you got anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug before we get up out of here?
Subscribe to Half-Ass Pod. That's all I'm gonna say about Half-Ass Pod, obviously. But yeah,
Yeah, y'all should.
Tonight was fire as always.
Definitely.
I like how we get the interaction from you guys though. Like keep doing that. Like every time I come in, just at least say what's up. You know, kick it with us.
Right.
Trust me, man. Like me and Jeremy were talking before we started recording tonight, man. Like we love the interaction with y'all.
Yeah, facts. It's good to see that, you know, people are at least engaged in the conversation with us, whether or not they're on the cam or not. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Just to have the fucking engagement. And we do appreciate it. And y'all should definitely check out Half-Ass Pod. And y'all should definitely get the merch. And y'all should definitely hit the fucking like button. Basically.
Facts.
Yes, major facts there. Those said new volcanic activity in the Pacific. I did hear about that. Yeah, man. Mother Nature getting real tired of these niggas bullshit. That's all I'm saying. It's quite clear. Getting real tired. I said, all right, like I'm gonna have to start fucking with you niggas real quick because hey man, we'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be interesting times. That's why hey man, these 22 things y'all need to be looking at. Go back and re-listen to this joint. Them 22 things, man. Let's get them skills honed, us included. You feel me? So
mega facts.
Yeah. But shit, I think that's gonna do it for the comrades tonight, folks. We do want to thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Yeah, facts though. Nature is not happy. You're right. And I would go as far as there's not a reason people think, but that's a whole nother podcast. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks, Dole. Thanks, Nate. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Elise. Thanks, RevX Content. Thanks, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? All the OGs came through tonight. We appreciate y'all. Be sure to keep locked in with us. Hit us up on IG. Hit us up, you know what I'm saying? Watch some of the replays and shit. We got some stuff. I haven't even told Corn yet, but I'm looking into some shit for the cast to kind of just give it a little bit of a revamp. We got the nigga cast coming up, which is gonna be in person. I really can't wait for that, man. I already got like topics written down. That's gonna be one for the ages. And a lot of shit, I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of shit gonna be said that niggas don't want to hear. People gonna be mad. I guarantee you people gonna be mad because we've had the experiences we've had, bro. Because we grew up different, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
But hey, that's gonna be fire, man. I can't wait for that. But yeah, y'all stay tuned for more fire shit to come. More knowledge to be dropped.
Mega facts.
And yeah, so shit. Without further ado, well, I guess to say without further ado. Anyway, it's been a comrades, man. We appreciate y'all. We gonna roll it out here with some sort of music. I'm just gonna play something random. But peace. Peace out.